The last position that we're going to take this root fifth root structure to would be in the 11th position. And when we do so, we end up with a rather ambiguous chord in a way. If we just do an analysis of the bottom, we have 1, 5, 1, and then the second string is a B in the key of G sharp. That would be a flatted third. So you have a, here the G sharp minor. But then when you add that first string, that would be the flatted sixth in G sharp. Or you could call it a sharp 5, but because we have a 5 in the chord, we're going to call it a flat 6. Either way, they're enharmonic. The way I just played it, you definitely heard G sharp minor as the home bass. Right? But this chord can also be viewed as another chord in an inversion. Now this happens sometimes, especially when you have a minor chord with an added flat 6. I'm going to show you this. If I were to take this same chord, and these are all diagrammed out, and let E be the bass note, I now have a very beautiful E major 7 chord with a G sharp as the lowest note of the chord, but since I'm putting it over an E bass, it's just E major 7. Now we've labeled the diagram as E major 7 over G sharp because, see, it's one of those little flip things where I'm hearing E as the root of the chord as opposed to G sharp being the root. If I had a backing track or had a bass player, he could be going back and forth between the G sharp and the E, and you would hear how this chord flips the meaning, flips the sound. It's a real common phenomenon that happens in music. Okay, so if that were the case, and we were jamming over these two chords, and the bass player is going between G sharp and E, we would be thinking Aeolian, because let's face it, we have a minor chord, but with a flat 6. You only have two minor tonalities that are going to work, either Phrygian or Aeolian. Since we're parked on it, and you don't hear any kind of, any Phrygians, any flat 9 going on, Aeolian would be the sound, and that would also help you link into the E major 7. So it would be a 6, 4 in the key of B, because G sharp minor would be the 6th chord in the key of B, and then E major 7 would be the 4 chord in the key of B. So if you want to create a little jam with this and put the bass line down and experiment with that, or just put another guitar track down where you and just lay that chord over the top, you'll hear how it'll flip for you. So there's a case of one of these chords being more than one chord in the sense of how you name it and how you hear it and perceive it.